guys, it's Rachel and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing some homemade fortune cookies that's kind of for Chinese New Year / also Valentine's Day if you want to make them for Valentine's Day. We've got the little miniature ones and then also the giant ones that I made. It was like towards the end of the day and I was getting tired of making the miniature ones, so I was like, you know what, we're just gonna make one big one now. And I think this turned out really cool actually. This is for your friend that always has like really bad luck. You just give them the giant one and then they're set for like a whole year. It's awesome. That's the ancient Chinese tradition, by the way. The bigger the fortune cookie, the more good luck you'll have. And also, if you are not subscribed already, then make sure to do so for lots more videos. And without further ado, let's get started. First of all, you're going to need all of your different fortunes, and I'll have these all over linked on my website. So just go ahead and cut these out. These are the ones for the normal size fortunes. You'll also want to prepare the mini fortunes. These are super tiny and so cute. And then we can start on our batter. So in a medium bowl, just add in 2 egg whites, along with a ½ teaspoon of vanilla extract, a ½ teaspoon of almond extract, which smells amazing, and then also 3 tablespoons of canola oil. And then just grab yourself a whisk and mix that through until it's nice and frothy. You don't need any kind of like stiff peaks here. You just want it to be nice and bubbly. So something like this is perfect. And then moving on over to a separate bowl, you're just going to add in a ½ cup of flour along with a ½ cup of sugar, a ¼ teaspoon of salt, and then finally 1½ teaspoons of cornstarch. And then just whisk that all through. Or you can use a fork just depending on how lazy you're feeling. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add that in with my wet ingredients. And then I'm just going to mix that in just until it's combined. It's going to be really thick at first, but don't worry, because now we're just going to thin it out with a tablespoon of water. And just mix that all through. It's going to give you kind of like a really thick pancake batter consistency. Something like this is perfect. And if you want to make these for Valentine's Day, you can also color some of the batter pink just with some pink gel food color. Now you're going to need a baking sheet lined with a silicone mat or greased parchment paper, and I'm just going to slide my fortune cookie template right underneath, and you can find that over on my website. And I'm just going to spoon over about a tablespoon of batter. And you can just use the back of your spoon and kind of spread that around. You want this to be nice and thin. If you make it too thick, it's going to be more difficult to fold and it might crack, so you want it almost translucent. And I don't recommend making more than 4 at a time, otherwise you might not have time to fold them before they cool down. I guess you could do more if you have some friends making these with you, but like, let's be real, that kind of wasn't an option at this point. But anyways though, once you have those all spread out, you can just add on some sprinkles if you like to, just to add some color. And then I also wanted to make a polka dot one, so I just took the pink batter and piped it out in little dots, but then this turned out like very ugly. So then I decided to turn it into hearts instead by just grabbing a toothpick and swirling that around, and this turned out so much better. Now you can just bake these off at 375 for about 8 minutes. Make sure you keep an eye on them though, because you don't want to bake them more than this. And at this point, it's time to work fast because these are going to set up pretty quickly, so I'm just going to go ahead and flip these over. And funny story, I was so anxious about getting these folded before they set that I forgot to add in the fortunes, but I'll show you how to do that in just a second. To fold these up though, you just want to fold it in half first, and then drape it over the side of a cup or something so that you get that nice fortune cookie shape. At this point, I do recommend putting this into a muffin tin. Today I'm just going to use a bowl just so it can cool down and it's not going to lose its shape. Then you can just continue folding the rest of your fortune cookies. This is actually so simple to do. When you see a fortune cookie, you feel like the shape is kind of tricky, but it's actually super easy to recreate. Now to add the fortune in, you just pop it in at this point really easy. I do recommend putting it in face down though, just so that when you crack it open it faces you. And that is how simple it is to make your own fortune cookies with custom fortunes. You could totally put like your friends' names in here, as long as you remember which one goes to who. But yeah, these are super simple, so let's make some mini ones. You can find this template over on my website for the mini cookies, but you're basically going to do the same process, starting off by spooning out your batter. Then you can add on your sprinkles, you can make your heart designs, whatever you like. And then bake it off at 375 for 6 minutes. Then once they come out of the oven, it's just the same deal. We're just going to start off by flipping it over, and then just fold these up like you normally do. And that's going to give you a super cute and tiny fortune cookie. I'm in love with these. They're like the size of a quarter. They're so adorable, and they're perfect for kind of like a favor bag. Once you get tired of making fortune cookies, honestly just make one big one. This is really fun to do too. All you have to do is take your remaining batter and then spread it out on your silicone baking sheet. You do want to make sure that you're keeping it nice and thin though, even though it is a bigger cookie. And then just bake that off at 375 for about 10 minutes maybe. It really depends on the size of the cookie. Once it comes out of the oven, it's actually going to look like a crepe, but you're just going to go ahead and flip it over, then fold it in half, and then drape it over the side of a large bowl. Here I'm just using a mixing bowl. And that's all there is to it. It's honestly just as easy to make one big fortune cookie as like 20 little ones, but these are all so cute, and I really hope you guys give these a try because they are so fun to make and they're really fast too. Alright guys, all of our homemade fortune cookies are finished now, and these look super cute. I think my favorite ones are the miniature ones just because they are super tiny. They're almost like bite-sized, except there's the fortunes in them, so make sure you take out the paper before you eat them, because I have on multiple occasions almost accidentally eaten the fortune too, which maybe is like extra good luck, or maybe it's just like a trip to the hospital. I don't know. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I wish you all a happy early Chinese New Year. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can also follow me on social media at kawaiisweetworld, and then check out my website over at kawaiisweetworld.com for the full recipe and all the different fortunes, and I will see you guys all very soon. Bye guys! Xinnian Kuaila. That doesn't sound good. That's the only thing I remember from AP Mandarin. Also, ni hao.